Hey, good afternoon to you. It was a mixture of opinions today. A lot of people love it, others hate it.
And we begin with CBS 13's Carlos Correa.
Volunteers with several area organizations are on hand.
Carlos Correa is there in Puerto Rico.
We are here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, where many people are still without power, and there are a lot of fallen trees and power lines. Yosemite remains open, and park rangers can't stress enough, if you're going to visit, be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, the rally was filled with voters not too happy about today's decision. They met right here. Now, one of the best features of this new building outside the jury assembly room is this new balcony overseeing the city of Stockton. A safe place for their children to go to, but they're optimistic with all the signs being posted. This is a spot where the young victim spent most of his time, close to his home, but an invite to play somewhere else almost cost him his life. County health officials say this is the first time the virus has tested positive in a mosquito, so people are now able to drive up and down their neighborhood after police shot a man just a few feet away from where I'm standing. That's right, the Stockton Police Department is investigating its 42nd homicide of the year. Hi guys, right now the Bureau of Reclamation is keeping a close eye on this storm. Now, we found out on May 9th he was cited by the city of Stockton for having pallets stacked up too high and having nails on the street. Well, get this, the city of Stockton was scheduled to be here next week to see if he fixed those problems, and as we all know, it all went up in flames. If you've driven by the 2100 block of Weber near downtown Stockton, chances are you've seen a commercial yard filled with nothing but pallets. This is what's left of that property after a huge fire quickly spread late Thursday, destroying cars and homes.
The yard caught fire across the street.
Yeah.
My 2 dogs and my 3 kids. My kids didn't make it out with no shirt. The fire stretched across the street, and all of me and my neighbors' houses is gone.
Neighbors say the huge fire could have been prevented. Many of them have filed complaints with fire prevention and code enforcement over the amount of wood and rubbish.
The pallets across the street been piling up. The neighbors been complaining about it. We've all complained about the people across the street that the wooden pallets was the problem.
We spoke with Stockton Fire Chief Eric Newman about those complaints. Over the phone, he said citations issued to the property were filed to fire prevention and the city's code enforcement, but hasn't reached his office yet. Neighbors say they also tried to contact Hugo Aguirre, the owner of Hugo's Pallets Incorporated, directly.
The owner of the pallet yard was very well aware of our concerns because we would address him on certain occasions when we saw him.
People have been allowed back in their neighborhood, but for Nikisha Thompson, she's just starting to pick up the pieces after the fire destroyed her home.
You know, at the end of the day, there's families that are now homeless. You know, we've lost everything that we've worked hard for, and he gets to sleep in his bed at night.
Owners of this Chevron Super K say it happened within minutes with a parking lot full of customers and a camera recording the whole thing. It's the surveillance video Christina Perez, an employee at the Chevron Super K, has seen over and over.
I was actually in the cooler and my coworker comes in and he's like, something happened. And when I got out, I thought someone just like stole a 12-pack or something.
On a Sunday evening around 5, security cameras caught 2 men driving up to the station's car wash in a blue vehicle, with no intentions, employees say, of ever getting a wash.
You could hear it just boom, boom, and then it was gone.
On the video, you can see a man wearing a black shirt and a black hat standing around the coin dispenser. He wraps a steel cable around it, and before you know it, his accomplice takes off, using the force of the car to yank it out of the ground.
They got guts. Wow. I mean, I couldn't believe that, actually take the time to chain it up and pull it.
Owners say the thieves probably didn't drive away with a lot of money, but it did cost $18,000 to repair the damage, including the loss of business from the car wash being temporarily closed.
How much money can you possibly get out of a coin box? Really?
Employees say 75% of the time people purchase a car wash inside the store. Others buy it at the gas pump, and a few use a credit or debit card at the coin dispenser.
And my boss is a great guy. He's a great guy. And for that just to happen to him and cost all that money, it's heartbreaking. We're a great little town, and we want to keep it like that.
Owners have replaced the coin dispenser and are working with local police to identify the thieves. Yeah, teamwork is just one of the important things being taught here, but Stockton police officers say that's just half of it.
Take a seat, please. Thank you. Both of you, we're going to work this out.
UOP baseball players Nate Verlin and Lucas Halstead are on a domestic violence call for the Stockton Police Department. They are learning a routine call can quickly turn very dangerous.
But I just think in those situations you really don't know. And all you know is you want to protect yourself and your partner and keep people safe.
The Pacific Tigers are training with the Stockton Police Department, but they're not actually on the street. Instead, they are using a virtual reality simulator, the same kind officers use to train.
I still got adrenaline going, you know. I mean, it was crazy because like they were talking about in there, they said that there could have been several things in the back pocket. Could have been a wallet, could have been a gun, could have been a knife, anything. And, you know, you have to really anticipate and expect the worst in that situation.
The simulator is teaching young people what life is like for officers patrolling the street, but there's also a bigger lesson.
There's really a sharing of not just information, but a sharing of an understanding that I think is really something that can move the relationships between police and the community forward.
Students are learning about lethal force and when it's necessary to use it. They are also practicing using less lethal force and the importance of having good communication skills.
They just don't know, and that's the very unique thing about policing is throughout the shift, they never know where danger lurks.
The exercise is part of a national program that helps Stockton police create stronger relationships with the community and also build trust.
I have a lot of respect for police officers. It kind of just increases that respect.
Now, in return, Stockton police officers have been invited to be guest coaches at sporting events at the university.